So you want to know how to have the best year of your life instead of drowning in schoolwork and drama? Girl, I got you. Don't worry. Here are some realistic ways to get through this school year living your best life. A lot of people say you don't need it, but you need it, girl. Money. We all need it. So we're going to need it for school supplies, outfits, pretty much everything you need money for. So actual jobs for teens that teens can do and be good at. First one is fast food jobs. Now, in my state, you can't work until you're 16. And I know a lot of the girlies are trying to make money younger than 16. So this kind of doesn't apply to people under 16, but don't worry, I have tips for y'all too. So fast food jobs are great for those above 16 or whatever the limit is in your state. For those who cannot work because of your age, or you cannot drive or get to a workplace, here are some great jobs. The first one is sales. Now, I see a lot of base pay. You actually have to make the money. So if you're extremely outgoing, you're good at convincing people to do things, I would recommend sales. I did sales for a little while, but I'm extremely introverted, so it didn't go as well as it could have gone for me. Step 2 is online shops. Now, this one is a little bit harder because it is starting your own business. If you've ever felt like you want to own your own t-shirt line or bracelet line, girl, there are so many print-on-demand websites that you can go to and sell products through. You actually don't even need money. You can start with $0 for this one. Next up is selling things in school, such as gum, snacks, school hygiene things, bracelets. Really, you see people like wanting day to day. I mean, I've gone to school so many times, especially in middle school. Everyone's like, give me a piece of your gum. Give me a piece of your gum. Like, 50 cents, please. No, I'm not giving you this gum unless you give me money first. But anyway, and the last job is customer representative jobs. Now, these would be work from home. I don't know the age limit for these, but these would be like customer support type jobs, chatbots, anything. You could do jobs on Fiverr or Upwork. Fiverr, it's Fiverr, but Fiverr or Upwork, really anything like that. Okay, number 2, for things you're going to need this school year. You're going to need supplies and school supplies and clothing. And we all see that aesthetic Pinterest look, but let's be real. A lot of us don't actually achieve that. So maximize your money. Get your base wardrobe before you buy extras. So for instance, white tops, black tops, basic shirts, basic jeans before you go for extra. Good clothing shops that I like, me personally, I love Ross and Burlington and H&M. They are super affordable compared to a lot of stores. And if you're looking for a more fast fashion alternative, you could do Amazon, Shein, or Temu. Now, these are very controversial. Me personally, I do buy clothes from these places, but I know a lot of people who don't. So Ross and Burlington's definitely a safer, more healthy, shall we say, version to get clothes from. I love the 5-4-3-2-1 method. The 5-4-3-2-1 method is like 5 shirts, 4 pants, 3 accessories, 2 shoes, and 1 extra or 1 huge thing that you really want. That's kind of how I like to go back to school shopping. Now, that is extremely expensive, so you can make it a 1-2-3 method, a 1-2-3-4-5 method. But if you know what you're doing, it won't be that expensive. Also, use coupon codes and sales. Say there's a sale going on in July at your nearest H&M or Burlington, and you're like, but it's too early to go back to school shopping. Girl, no, it's not, because they hike up the prices through the roof when it's time to go back to school shopping. So make sure you go early. So the next thing is for the school year. And now a lot of us struggle during the middle of the school year. The first couple weeks of school will be okay, but the middle of the school year is where we all drown. Here are some tips to get through this school year. Number 1, wake up early. I know how just mentally infuriating that sounds, but girl, get up early, because if you get up early, you're going to have a higher chance of increased productivity in school, increased, you're going to have time to do everything. You're not just rushing, going in your pajamas to school, eating cereal or a granola bar on the bus. You're actually taking the time to get ready, feel good about yourself, and also just feel emotionally and mentally rested. And also, guys, go to bed as early as possible, because what are we doing is scrolling on our phones to 2, 3 a.m. when we know we have to wake up at 6. Like, what are we doing? Let's lock in the school year. Next is take rest days. Take rest days. Don't be afraid to rest. Most of the time for me personally, in the middle of the week is when I start losing motivation to do things. So I love taking naps on Wednesdays and or Thursday, whatever day I can fit it into my schedule, just to recuperate my body and get that extra couple hours of sleep. Next, study. My girlies, study daily. Or weekly, whatever fits your bill. But if you have a test and you know you have a test, study. Go over everything you learned the past week on Saturdays or Sundays. That will help you remember things. And also when you have your first final, it will be so much easier to study for your final. Number 4, stay active. Stay active, guys. I know a lot of us don't maybe stay physically active, but if you're not a person that's into physical fitness, stay mentally active. Take walks, run, exercise, work out. I know a lot of us talk about and save things to our Pinterest boards, like we're going to be in the gym this year, all that kind of stuff, but you're not. And so a way to make sure that you stay active is realizing something. The toughest people are the people that do things when they don't want to do them. Remember that. Y'all are tough girlies. So this year we are going to be active. Number 5, semester shopping days. This is what I call it myself. I take semester shopping days. I would like to reward myself at the end of a semester or a quarter with being able to get something new, whether it's clothes, shoes, or even it's just taking a break. It's not always me buying something, because that's a little bit unhealthy, but definitely taking a break. I will say, I've made a cake for myself in the past, which was free for me, not for my parents, but it was free. I've made a cake before in the past so that I have something to do. I've made in the past brownies. I eat a lot of brownies regularly, but I have made brownies for my semester shopping day, or kind of just something to reward yourself for getting through half or a quarter or even the whole school year. Number 6, limit social media use extremely. Y'all, comparison is the thief of all joy. If we're constantly on TikTok scrolling, looking at what this girl's wearing, I don't look like that. And as a person of color, I feel like a lot of the time comparison gets to me because I don't look like the rest of the black girls we see. Like, maybe people would even call me whitewashed. I hate exaggerated edges. It's not my favorite thing. Hate is a strong word. I strongly dislike edges because they make me break out. I wear glasses. I am not social media standard of a black girl. And I feel like this is for all races. All of our races have this type of stereotype. So get away from social media. Yes, you can still use it, but limit your time on it. And this will help. Believe it or not, limiting your time will help with comparison. Number 7, the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro method is actually one of my favorite methods for studying. That is how I personally get stuff done as a procrastinator and someone who kind of is lazy, I'm not going to lie. So the Pomodoro method is pretty much a method where you study for an amount of time, then you rest for about half or a quarter of that time. This method just is so helpful for me. I've seen it help other people. I love to do methods like with different photos or like ambient, or you could just, if you're not a procrastinator, you could just do some background music or some background music, lo-fi, study, sleep music. I don't know. Whatever suits you. But have some motivation. The next thing is, Pinterest boards as motivation. I know a lot of people want to talk about like romanticizing school. There's no better way to romanticize school than Pinterest. Pinterest is like a one-stop shop for motivation, for an aesthetic lifestyle. Our life isn't always going to be aesthetic, and that is okay. But if we use Pinterest boards as kind of a motivation as a blueprint for what our lives can look like, then we will feel so much better about ourselves. Number 10 is self-care days. I do this all the time. I probably take a little bit more than I should, but I just take days to step away. Whether it's a Saturday, whether it's a Sunday, we can't exactly do it on school days, but Saturdays and Sundays, I do at least 2 a month of just stepping away, like taking myself out away from people, just being with my own presence for a while. And this just helps me grow, me personally. It helps me recuperate, gain energy and strength. While I am having my self-care days, I definitely do everything showers, which are a chore. I don't know why nobody talks about that. That is a chore. And then I just catch up on anything non-schoolwork, non-chores that I haven't done. Anything that I've been procrastinating about, like doing a craft or things I love doing. And then I will scroll on Pinterest and watch a movie or a show. That's typically how it goes. You can do these after school, I guess, but I prefer to do them on the weekend to have a whole day designated to it. And tip, if your parents are anything like mine and require chores to be done daily, tip is, I know this sounds sad, waking up early to do those chores, going back to sleep, then waking up and having your self-care day. That's just a tip from me, as my parents a lot of the time required me to do chores. So now for the mental category, and this is going to be like how to mentally maintain your I'm going to do this mindset throughout the entire year. 1, I'm saying this as number 1. Stay away from boys that do not match your Pinterest boards. Now, hear me out. They may match it with a physical look. They even may be kind to you at first. But if they are toxic at all, dump them. I know that sounded rude. Just don't be around boys that don't lose your morals for a boy. I'll just say that. Because if you lose your morals for boys, you genuinely will end up, your standard will get lower and lower and lower and lower until all of a sudden you're in college and you're literally belly and you're like, why am I dating this man? So stay away from boys that will treat you wrong. And so, number 2 is stay out of friend drama, even when it affects you. chances are, especially when you're in middle school, maybe high school would be different, but when you're in middle school, chances are those same friends that were fighting between each other, that wanted you to pick sides, chances are they will be friends again in about a month after this drama, even a couple weeks. So stay away from those friends. Stay away from, stay away from that type of drama. Now, you can have friends that I guess are a little more dramatic, but put a clear boundary in between you and the drama. Next, be kind, but also be strict. And this may not make sense, but this has been a principle of my life I've been following. Don't let people pressure you into doing things, regardless of what they are, even if it's a small thing. Do not let people pressure you into, making a wrong choice, a choice can affect your future, even a small choice, because the choices that you compromise on will slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger. And so guys, defend yourself. Be kind to people. It's okay. But if somebody's like, hey, you want to hit a vape with me? No, thank you. Walk away. We're done, right? I'm not a hater of that person. I don't hate that person, but no thanks. I don't want to vape. Okay, number 5 is I don't know why I'm reading the numbers at this point. Number 5 is get away from toxic people, friends, especially friends, or if you do have a toxic friend group or a semi-toxic friend group and you're unable to realize that, stop telling people your business. If your business is constantly getting leaked and you're like, oh, why is my business getting leaked? Chances are it's your friends. So stay away from those toxic people who literally they just want to leak your stuff so that they can become more popular. If you don't see a friend putting in the work, the same amount of work you're putting in for them or more, don't put in any work for them. It's like distance yourself from them. We can still be acquaintances. We can still wave hello or be kind enough to be like, hey, how you doing? Have a simple conversation. But you do not need to be spilling secrets from the depths of your soul to your friends. All right, divas, this is the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching, listening. I am trying to monetize YouTube for this year, and I'm trying to monetize it in 7 days by the time of September. I'm filming this on August 23rd, so I am going to try to monetize YouTube in 7 days. So please like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you guys got some pointers for this and go into your new year strong.